Know how to sift if you know how to sift flour, you know that there's a screen mesh and it lets the matter, whatever it is that's inside the mesh, to fall out in a nice, smooth, snow-like pattern. So the whole idea here is to directly, again, non-metaphorically, directly sift out any excess energy in the body that might be stagnant, dense, or in some way obstructing the flow of life force energy and breath. Ah, ah, sifting away, allowing anything that's ready to fall, to move, and to go, to just sift, sifting it out back down into the earth. We're also doing the body a service before we connect our breath, that we're warming it up a little. What a kind thing to do. Warming up the breathing mechanism a little, warming up the body a little bit. It's like just an appropriate level of respectfulness to the body. Yes, we want to get the breath moving. Let's warm up. Let's warm up. If you like, you can even lift your body up off the ground in a small jump. Allowing your breath and your voice to flow without concern. Ah, ah. And great. I'm going to follow along with Karen and just do a couple of pinwheels. Beautiful. Moving the energy in the space, moving the energy in your body to warm it up for our devotional practice of breathing. Ah, let the uninhibited little kid inside of you just delight in the motion and flow of your own energy. Ah, ah. Hmm. Beautiful. And allowing our face to relax, maybe moving through the muscles of the face, poking the tongue out of the mouth. So all of that stored up um, tension in the face, anytime we've put on a face that was not genuine to our emotional body's reality, anytime we put on a face, our face holding that shape, and the energy of that protection, the energy of that, just letting that gently work its way out. Okay. Oh, I love what Brigitte is doing, running the hands through the hair, stimulating the scalp. Yes. We are learning to be, with our breathing and then our permission for creativity, we're learning to be sensual partners with the self in our own body. So we learn that the body is actually being touched directly by the breath, and that the body itself is holding us. Our body is holding us. And what a beautiful thing that is when we go into our breathing session to know that your body, most of our universe and beyond our universe is space, but matter, here we are, this little tiny amount of matter that's resulting in our body is holding us in it for this time of our life. So we can love and appreciate and let the body relax and begin to rewild as we breathe. So this breathe that we're about to do, the idea here isn't to have a huge cathartic breathe, although some energy might come up for you. The idea is to intimately and directly connect to the energy and experience of our creative life force, that it may fuel us, that it might remind us about the resourced brilliance of who we are. This idea, may we feel this in the body. May it be a truth that we can luxuriate in. May it help us to soften, to feel, and to heal. It was not my intention that rhyme, but there we go. So arriving at a position that's comfortable for you and your breath. The only request that I make in terms of your position for your breathing is that you allow your body to find a respectful and open shape. Let your body show you a respectful and open shape that's relaxed and conducive for your breath. Remembering too that our inhale is our nourishment, our fuel, and our exhale is our freedom and our release. If it is helpful for you to have a mantra, I am right here, then you can employ that. But the main event here is that we are surrendering to the brilliance of our breath and the creativity present within it. As you are ready, bringing your awareness to the volume of your inhale, we will breathe for a roughly 25-minute segment, relaxing and trying not to worry. Connecting your inhale and your exhale without a substantial pause. You can breathe in and out through the nose or in and out through the mouth. Checking in that the depth and the pace of your breath is full for you right now, supportive for you right now, full without force. Staying in the breath, staying in and with your breath as you begin to feel rather than think. Just breathing. Just breathing. Let your body breathe. Okay. knows exactly where to go to support you. Your breath will go always to the part of you that needs the most care right now. Follow your breath, making an offering of the body. Let the breath travel as deep as it wants to go. Let your breath do the work for you, always returning to the volume of your inhale. Allow there to be some energy in your body. Allowing your breath to be full. Healing process. Keeping your process simple and full. Please keeping our process as simple as we can. Returning to the fullness of the inhale, let the exhale fall out without force. Returning to the fullness of the inhale, letting the exhale fall out without force. Fueling the deeper seed of creativity and tending to any wound around that place. Allowing the breath to be full and free. Just stay present is enough. It's just enough. Let your emotional body breathe. Allowing your body to be natural, meaning that we're not forcing movement and we're not forcing stillness. Just offer the body to your breath. Give the breath full permission to go all the way where it wants to go today, fueling what wants to rise and releasing what's ready to go. Trust the breath to do the work for you. Keeping it simple, just breathing in that heartfelt way. With your breath,
Girl, perfectly hurt,
just breathing.
broken hurt, soft and asleep in the morning gray. Shake off the night and don't hide your face. The sun lights the world with a single flame.
Just breathing.
I want you to see this. I want you to see this. Today and all of your days,
And there'll be full.
all where your pain. Heal what I can in your troubled mind. Sometimes our bodies will hurt, but sometimes the beauty in that can be hard to find. I want you to find it. I want you to see this. I want you to see this. So run, wake up and run, my little one. Wanna tear down these walls that can't hold you inside. To rip out the cords and uncover your eyes. We'll make our escape in the dark of night. I need you to see this. Girl, you'll see the world. You'll come to learn that falling in love is a strange work of art. All of your battles will shape who you are. And know that your scars are my favorite part. I want you to know this.
It is you and your breath. You and any holding patterns that have been clinging on to you that might be ready to relax away. At any new stage, there is room for release, for the death of aspects of who we are and what we've held on to, and room for the nourishment of what is turning up brand new. Continuing to fuel your process, breathing in a wholehearted way, allowing the inhale to be nice and full and the exhale to be free. Keeping the breath moving in a nice wheel, just staying with the breath. I promise it is enough. It is enough to be in the breath, just as you are, in and out. Promise it is enough. Breathing with your heart. Allowing your body to hold you and your breath to soothe you in this intimate exchange of being alive, letting your breath touch and soothe, soften and open any hardened parts that are ready to wake up now, stimulating the intelligence of our heart with our inhale. Releasing or allowing to dissolve any remaining holding in the breath or body. Feel the charged emptiness from within, expanding even beyond the boundaries of your skin. I invite you to hear the message now. That is what you most need to hear at this time in your day or your life. What is the message that you most need to hear? Hmm. Don't worry too much about it. And as you are feeling ready, expanding your awareness back out to include our group. Hmm. You may tend to your body by stretching or shifting. Just indulge anything the body needs and wants to come back. Mm. Ah. Mm. So we will trickle back in at whatever rate we do. And some of you will be spry and back with us before others of you. That's perfectly fine. But what I want to do is open up the wealth of the group to hear something that stood out to you in your breathing just now. Something that stood out for you in your breathing just now. Hmm. You can also be enjoying the spaciousness. There's no hurry and worry. Nicole says, deep stillness and calm suspended in a shimmering pool of water. Mm. I love that, Nicole. Mm. And you don't have to type anything out. You can simply unmute to share as you like, whichever method you prefer.
Kate,
Kate,
were you
were you?
singing? Did you join the I Love You singing? Was your voice in there?
I don't think so.
Oh, I thought it was. I thought it was, and it just cracked my heart open. I thought that you were singing with it, and I was like, oh my God, that's Kate. But anyway, that was the beginning of me letting go. It was really good.
Beautiful, Karen. You know, I might have done. We'll have to rely on the recording for that. Maybe I was in there singing my heart out. But I am singing perpetually that I love you to you, Karen. It's
Thank
just
you.
being. Mm.
That was the same impression that I got, that you were singing to us. Beautiful. I'm no longer in stand-up comedy. I'm now in outer space, a feeling of having expanded and having a much bigger space to be in, um, out of time, out of space. So I guess more present here and now. No more.
Mm. That sounds beautiful, Robin. Thank you.
I want to say also something. Do you see me? No?
I don't see it.
Oh, excuse me. Yeah. Yeah, my my connection is very bad, so I hope you can hear me. No, I was just in a very peaceful, yes, really very peaceful, surrendering to the moment. And the last thing I got as a message that was, I enjoy my creativity, or enjoy your creativity, like such a thing to take with me. Yeah, surrender. Yeah, everything is great. You're doing great. Yeah. Thank you very much, Kate.
Oh, thank you, Ilse. It's great
Yeah.
to see you. We can see you now. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. But I have to leave now because I had some other. Yes, I have to leave now. But I thank you very much for this workshop. Thank you very much.
Thank
I'm
you for
really
coming. Thank you for being here. Go spread that calm around wherever you're headed off to next.
okay. Thank you. Okay. Bye.
Bye. Mm. Mm. And if you don't.
Hi, I appreciated you sharing just before we did the breathing about, you could have a mantra and you said, I am here now. And I thought, well, I'll try that. And that was so powerful. It really, because a lot of times with connected breathing, I lose, I might fall asleep, but I feel like I'm not even. But by saying the same thing on the inhale and the exhale, I I was in this really that state of being that you're talking about for the creativity and just being, and it really helped a lot. And um, I feel like I was more present to enjoy it. Yeah,
Mm.
and yeah. And I like the idea. I didn't know if it was you singing. But I remember that part where there's the singing. And I thought, oh, that would be so beautiful. I still, yeah, I'm calling in somebody out there for love and companionship and everything. And as a, and I had this imagine, it was like, wow, and they would be singing to me. And I thought, oh my gosh. And I took it in because that's a lot if somebody was singing to, I love you, I love you. And oh, it bathed my whole body. And then I wanted immediately, there was this feeling of, oh, and I can do it right back. to either another person or to myself. So it was very beautiful. Thank you.
Linda, thank you. Beautiful. I'm just like feel that opening up of that big bright pathway for love in your life, within the self and outside of the self, and in relation, that be nice and bright and open for you. May it be all the love that you desire.
Oh, thank you. And you also invited us to have our body be respectful and open. And I've never heard that, and I really liked it because it just was an invitation to, I mean, I was in a position I was very comfortable, and at a certain point it was like I changed where my legs were, and that's fine too, because I'm now open and in a different way than I was before. So thanks.
Thank you for that, Linda. So if you don't typically share or haven't shared yet, even if it's just one word, I invite you to jump in.
I'm feeling rested, but also a bit embarrassed because I didn't hear the music at all. My computer somehow doesn't register when they shared music, so I realized I've missed something. But I really enjoyed the breeze. That's why I had to look sometimes, because it was silent. So it's my computer completely closed down or something. I had I could find pain in my knees, so I breathed in my knees, and I like the idea of surrendering to spirit, being on one's knees, and the ego is getting on its knees. So and spirit or intuition or creativity, being on my surrendering. So I was looking after my knees, but I'm feeling quite rested. Thank you.
Thank you, Brigitte. I want to point out something so masterful that you just did, which is to say, I had pain in my knees, and rather than being backed into a corner of a negative experience, you said I could feel the surrender going down on my knee, because just the devotional image of going down on one's knees and to surrender, that devotional interpretation of pain in your knees is just exquisite. It's just masterful, Brigitte. Thank you for that.
Talk about turning lemon into lemonade.
Yeah. 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 Um, any last check-ins or shares? This could be something standing out for you about your process. Vinay, was that something? It could also be, if something is standing out for you that you'd like to share, confess, or put out there to the universe related to your creativity.
Hello, Kate. It's Jean from
It's
Kenya.
Jean! I hoped that was you. I didn't dare dream, but I hoped it was. How are you? Welcome.
I'm fine. I'm weirdly stuck on safe driving mode, and I can't figure out how to switch it off. So, but it's allowing me to tap and talk. And I just wanted to say thank you. And yeah, it's been really interesting little session. In the first bit, when you were talking, I think you must have woke up my inner child anyway. She thought you were talking a little bit too much, so she went and got this little iron piece. I've got this old bit of iron that is it's used like a traditional instrument in the Luo culture, but it makes a very nice kind of sound. And so I was playing that, and then you said in the next session, "Oh, now sing a song," and that was lovely because I think I really realized I didn't want any words. So in my song, all I had was a little tone and a little sound, and then I think somebody said something about dropping or not worrying so much about what people thought of them, and that seemed very much the theme of the evening I was having. But I couldn't get out of the safe driving mode to share at that point. And so I thought I would try and jump on this at this point. And then it was quite late here, so I had a little bit of my dinner during the breathe. But then I got on and did the breathe. It's been a really cold and rainy day here today, and I've had a bit of a cold, and I had a chest injury. And so during the breathe, I really felt like the lady with her knees. I felt a lot of pain in my chest and in my neck, and I felt very emotional, and I cried a lot. But it felt like a lovely release. So thank you, Kate.
Thank you for that. And Jean, another masterful thing. See, this is why we share the wealth. Another masterful thing that you did was you said something in the, the big segment with lots of talking, right? Where you just met the need that you had. And that this is where we can be empowered without being contrary or disrespectful. Notice I have a need, meet that need, please start playing the instrument we don't have to get we can release some of the charge around making sure that we're noticing and then meeting the needs that we have as they arise. And I love that you did that, and thinking about you playing your instrument when the words got to be too many words, and that's permission for us all. And I'm so glad that you joined us from Kenya, Jean. It's great to hear your voice.
Thank you. I'll figure out what's going on with the.
I can see you in my mind's eye. I feel like there's one more comment floating around in there.
Or maybe before, I would just like to say to Jean, I can imagine you very well. We're waiting to have you bring some things from Africa for our breathing arts, and I wish you well, sending you lots of positive energies for your health. And it was lovely to hear your voice, and well, you make a big impression on me, so love you. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
I'd like to bring our time together in our last segment here that has to do with completion. When we arrive, we practice arriving, which is really important. And then when we are getting ready to complete, that we practice completion. And one of the things that has been challenging about sort of the rat race nature of life is that somewhere in there, we seem to have lost the ability to be complete, to be enough. And this is the prayer, the ongoing prayer that I have with regards to creativity in life, which is that may we all evolve from a place of completion. May we know what it is to feel at peace, to find peacefulness and openness, even as life doesn't slow down or stop. May we find the agency to generate the great stillness and presence within. So that's been a big theme as we've been working together today, is presence and the sense of completion. When something that we've decided to do, and then we've gone ahead and done it, and then it's come to an end, to allow a sense of completion to take place, rather than moving on just to whatever the next thing is. When we land in a place of completion, rest in that beingness, and the impetus for something new to come can rise, then we will move on to the next thing, but not missing the stage of completion where nothing is ever enough. So it was just an invitation and a reminder to allow ourselves to feel a sense of wholeness from within our life. The other invitation is to think now about a practical way. I call this practical application and a pocket tool, which is when we do something and we complete something, we could very well walk away, leaving the richness of this time right where it is at this point in history that's now past. Or we could bring forth some part of it into our day for a couple of days. So we're touching back into the place of openness and creativity that we've opened up to today, that we've made contact with today. And we do so by hatching a plan, hatching a plot or a plan. One of the things that we've done is the singing exercise that may or may not have been new to you. My idea is that you bring that back for the next 3 days. So once, twice, 3 times, or all day. Set aside some time to free sing and to listen for what comes out, to practice in that way. So for the next day, the next 2 days, and the next 3 days, and to see what might hatch from that. So that's just one example. Another example would be what you desire from the catalog of your personal life. I would like to make one creative meal in the next few days, and then invite somebody to share the meal with. Another example would be I would like to do a 15-minute breathe while moving my body, to see what happens when the doing and the being come together. So these are just some ideas, but I'd like to think that supporting each other to tap into a creative expression in this little window that we've opened up, we can harness it for another couple of days. So think to yourself now, what would I like to design for myself? It's incredibly kind to make a plan. So then we can just execute the plan rather than expect ourselves to remember to do something creative when all of the other elements of life have come back in because the container's over. So right now, think to yourself, what would I like to commit to or dedicate to doing in the next 3 days that's a direct result of contacting my deep inner creator within? You'll select your modality, your duration for 3 minutes, 15 minutes, for an hour, the frequency, twice a day, once a day, 4 times a day. And finally, the message to that often annexed deep creator within, that we will check in with them for what they need to be fully creative. what they need from us. More sleep, more time, a place at the table. Please let it not feel like it doesn't matter that much if you create or don't create. There is almost nothing that matters more than if you create or don't create. Some brilliant poetess, whose name I will remember as soon as we are over, said that it doesn't matter what you create or what anybody thinks about it, just that you allow it. So this is the message that I'd like to have us settle on, is the paradox of non-urgent urgency. So maybe it's like a gentle urgency. That we live from the heart, the gut, the root, the higher mind, that we have some sense of cohesion within, that the inner child, the present moment self, and the higher self, in other words, the inner totem, are allowed to play a role in our life. This is the very youngest self, which is the emotional body. And we know what they need. Help them meet the needs for them. The emotional child, the inner child, the youngest self that is innocent, that supplies us with just ongoing fascination and joy. The present moment self, living in the heart center. When the mind can't figure it out, the heart can hold it. Please return to the heart when the mind is confused and exhausted. The higher mind is the eldest self, the oldest version of the self, the ancient one who has been through everything that you're going through now for hundreds of years. The ancient self has seen it. It does not give a shit if you behave poorly, if you do it or don't do it. It completely understands. The eldest self has that deep maturity, knows better than to judge, and is with you always. So this organization of the inner totem can be a great tool that we connect in with. And here's and we don't need to know what kind of support we need. If we just need something, we don't even know what it is. If we just need to take a beat, find the inner totem. How's the inner child? Deep down in the belly. How's the heart of the present moment? Can I give that some energy? And then where is the space, the energy of the elder? Tapping into this, I call the council of the selves, the inner totem. We can play with a full deck, meaning that we have input, not just from our neocortex, but from the heart, from the root and the gut, from the higher mind, and that we navigate our life from this full spectrum of intelligence. Is more wise, and it certainly has a maturity to it that will help us navigate with more grace and more creativity, for sure. More creativity in the weaving of the tapestry of our life. And let's be clear, we do not know, not a one of us, and we live with this. We live with this, that we do not know the time at which our life will be over, or the way in which our life will end. So what we weave, let us be intentional about that. It's just, there's something we don't want to lose. Yeah. So we have hatched our plan for the next few days, how we want to connect in to this energy. And Leora, that last song, let's check really quick, because to be honest, I don't really remember. Oh yeah, it was Delo Kluntz, and the name of the song was Cosmic Sailing. And that's DELOCLOONZ. Yeah. Oh, the one with the humming and the I love you, which is a different song. That one is Essie Jane, Jain, and it's called Oh, I Love You. Yeah. So I like to bring our container to a nice round, healthful, whole closure. And then we can hand the baton back over to Robin. But how we can do this is just to feel the wealth of presence and care in our group. Just tap into that. All of us from all over the world, we are today, all over the world, wherever you are. Feeling a sense of care, a sense of belonging and creativity. Take a nice full inhale. And on our exhale, may we send each of us out into your world, out into your day, out into your life, feeling seen and connected and cared for. Yeah. Thank you all so much for being here, for participating, and for offering your time, which is, I really appreciate, of great value. Thank you so much.